Greetings, Tiger fans. Welcome to Hardin County High School basketball. We're on the road tonight in Selmer, Tennessee, in the Roundhouse here on the campus of McNairy County High School, the Bobcats, and Steve Carnell and myself, Bill Sharp, here on tab here to watch the Tigers pick up a couple of victories tonight.
I know one thing. We're going to have some water up here poured on us because we're liable to dehydrate.
Might need to call some.
We're in the highest point that you could be at in this in the roundhouse, as they call it. But, yeah, looking forward to tonight, looking forward to the Tigers, see how they respond after Tuesday night. They had a tough night, but a lot of that had to do – well, not a lot. Most of it or all of it had to do with Jackson Southside. I mean, they're defending state champions coming off a 34-0 season the year before. They had three of the people that were involved in that 34-0 still back, and one of the key players, Ashton, I think is the last name, unbelievable player, and how she just did some things, that you don't see a lot in high school girls basketball, but you do at the college level, and I think somebody was telling me after that game that she's got several offers already. And just a junior.
That's not a surprise at all because the girl can definitely play. We didn't have anyone that could cover her, and that was very obvious in the first half. And we had such a dismal second quarter. I think we scored 2 points in the entire quarter. That it was apparent that we really just kind of folded our tent at that point because there wasn't much hope. I think
we did play better in the second half.
Yeah, we did. The third quarter was a much better affair, and I think with a little more confidence, when they come to Michaela Welch, it's going to be a different story, or at least much closer.
Yeah, a lot of times when you get on your own floor and those teams like that, they have to travel. It is different, but tonight will be a fun night. It always is when these two teams get together. The Lady Tigers and the Lady Bobcats. They have a pretty competitive history together. There have been a lot of games between these two. I see Coach Slott down there now talking to Coach Kurt. Of course, Coach Burnham for years for the Tigers. Those two got together. I mean, you had multiple years of competing against each other. And you were asking me, you said you think Coach Slott is still here. Well, there he is.
He's here, standing right on his signature on the court here.
Yes,
the Jerry Lott court in the gymnasium here.
They're usually well coached. They usually got a couple of girls that can play. I think we were talking to the broadcast team over here a while ago, and they had played Lexington on Tuesday night and won in overtime. Lexington, he said, kind of let them off the hook late, and they ended up winning that game over there. So I think from here on out, take Southside out of the picture, everybody else is pretty much equal.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear, particularly since we're right into the heat of the district schedule. We will go to Lexington on Tuesday night. That is, if weather permitting. Of course, I guess you're all aware of the fact that the weather front's coming in, and we're going to be experiencing some 0 to sub-zero temperatures over the next 6 and 7 days. So I'm pretty well have X'd that off my calendar already, unless something dramatic changes on the weather picture. So we may not be playing on Tuesday night, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. And we'll be we're going to take a pause here for a word from our sponsors, and we'll come back with the starting lineups for tonight's exciting basketball game with McNairy County. Stay with us here on K93. And I don't know what they're talking about, but they're finally going to break the huddle, and here we come to the beginning of another TSSAA high school basketball game. As Riley Strickland set to jump center. It's going to be working against Brooklyn Ricks. And there's a toss. The tap's going to be easily controlled by the Bobcats, and down the floor they come a-running. With the basketball right now is Taylor. Goes on the right side. Down on the baseline, bank shots off, and no good by Wade. Loose ball's knocked out of bounds, touched last by the Bobcats, and the Tiger defense holds to no score on this trip, and the Tigers will take it all on offense. Just underway here in the first period. Strickland across the timeline, goes to Miller on the right wing. Now a bounce pass inside, and shot is off and no good by Callahan. As Barrier got a bounce pass inside. Callahan had the shot, couldn't make it. Here come the Bobcats down the floor. They take it in the lane, put a shot up quickly. It's off, no good. Long rebound is going to be picked up outside by Clayton. And now Bailey Shelton has it outside for the Bobcats. Now on the left side, driving, and a layup is up and good by Taylor. And so she's in the book, and it's a 2-0 Bobcat lead. Tigers bring it down the floor. They go to Miller on the right side for a three. She takes the three and hits it. So Hannah Miller opens up with a three, and the Tigers regain, or actually establish the lead for the first time tonight. 3-2. Bobcats down the floor. Over on the left side. Head of the key there. With it is Clayton. Now on the left side to Wade. And now there's a whistle and a traveling call. It's going to be assessed against the Bobcats. And the Tigers will take it over on that floor mistake. And they will dribble it down, slowly down the floor. As Strickland gets it over on the left side now, outside now. And a lob inside. And once again, Callahan goes in for the little bank shot. It won't go. Rebound taken down by the Bobcats. As the Tigers work or struggle right now trying to find even the short shots. But they have managed to be pretty hot with the three-pointers thus far. It's 3-2 now. Bobcats working on the right side. On the left side now to Clayton. Back over to Shelton. Shelton dives headlong into a double team there, and a whistle and a foul is going to be called on the Tigers. The foul is going to be on, it's going to be on Miller, her first. And the Bobcats will inbound it. Here's a bank shot, a hook shot that's off, no good there by Clayton. Rebound is going to be tapped out of bounds, and it's going to be Bobcat basketball underneath their own bucket to the left side of the goal. 5:30 left to go in the first. It's 3-2 Tigers. Inbound shot blocked by Callahan. Loose ball over in the corner, and they're going to Bobcats try to save it as Taylor runs it off side court, but she runs out of room, and it will be Tiger basketball with 5:25 remaining here in the first quarter. Strickland across the timeline on the big blue Tiger paw. Tigers in maroon tonight, speaking of colors, and the Bobcats in white with blue trim. Strickland has it right wing. Outside now to Barrier. Down in the corner as Miller had it, now to Barrier. Back, DeBerry tries a long three. DeBerry tries a long three. It's off, no good. Rebound picked up and carried out there by Taylor. Taylor goes in and puts up a shot, and there's a whistle and a foul call. This is going to be on Clara Callahan, and we're going to have our first free throw tonight. As to the line is Lena Taylor. Shooting 2. First shot is good. .448 left in the first quarter. We're tied at 3. Now the Tigers trail by 1 as Taylor hits both free throws. And the Tigers will try it offensively once again. Pass over on the left side now. That's to Miller. Back to Strickland. Strickland drives, goes into the pace, loses the grip, and it's going to be picked up there. And an outlet pass by the Bobcats, but it will be stolen away by DeBerry in the lane on the other end of the floor. Now there's going to be a collision at midcourt. Strickland ran into Bailey Shelton, and the official deemed it a traveling call and a turnover.
She got right up under her. She really didn't have anywhere to land.
Questionable call, but the Bobcats have the basketball, driving down, putting up the shot is Miller. It's off no good. Rebound is going to be put back up and in by Brooklyn Ricks, and she'll pick up her first 2 on the night. And the Tigers go back on the action in to Callahan at the high post. Now to Barrier, who's right, standing pretty close to her, and then passed it off on the left side now to DeBerry. Now Callahan has it again at the free throw line. Penetrates a little and then kicks it back out to DeBerry. Back out now to Miller. Back to DeBerry, giving it 3, doesn't take it. 3:41 left to go here in the first. It's 6-3 Bobcats. Miller being attacked. Passes it into Callahan in the lane. She goes up for the shot. It's partially blocked, but she's fouled. Foul is going to be on Shelton. And that'll be the first Bobcat foul of the night. To the line goes Callahan. First shot is off, no good. And she'll go back for another here. That's off, no good. We missed both of them. So Bobcats with the rebound. They're back down the floor. On the left side now, they're going to Wade. Outside to Taylor. She'll move down the left side of the lane. Pass it across lane, and there'll be a traveling call assessed against Niraja Wade. And it will be Tiger basketball with 3:11 left here in the first period. Tigers trailing 6-3, but with an opportunity to tie it up here with a 3 and cut it quite a bit with the deuce. Strickland outside to Miller, long 3, won't go. Rebound taken down by Taylor. Here come the Bobcats running. Taylor holds up as she runs into Barrier, takes a pick, goes down on the baseline, bank shot off the right side, and she will score. So Lena Taylor will score. And the Tigers bring it down. Riley Strickland goes in the lane, puts up a shot. It's blocked. Blocked there by Taylor. So it's out of bounds. Give it to the Tigers. They'll get it over to Barrier on the right side. She tries the long 3 following the inbounds pass. Missed it. Rebound Strickland. She'll kick it outside now with Green in the game for the Tigers. She picks up the loose ball, passes it out. Now there's going to be a travel call on the Bobcats as they ended up with the basketball following that melee under the basket. And they're going to give it to the Tigers with 2:14 remaining in the first period. Inbound to Green. Tigers down 8-3 now. 2:08 left to go in the first. Green gets it, high post, right side. Goes to Strickland around the circle. Now to DeBerry for 3 on the left side, off, no good. Green with the rebound. Passes it off and throws it right into the hands of Wade. Wade drives in and will score. Wade got the steal as Green tried to pass it off and passed it right into her hands. She drove it down. Had a couple of defenders, but still got it to go. And it's 10-3 now with 1:34 remaining in the first quarter. With it now, down in the corner now, is Barrier back outside. Working with it is Molly Pierce, who's checked in for the Tigers. Driving in is Barrier, puts a little half hook shot in there, and she scores. So the Tigers get the first deuce of the night, and they trail 10-5. Lena Taylor working against Barrier. Tries to get a pick. Can't scrape Barrier off of passing the lane. It's going to be lost on the inline. Touched last by the Bobcats. Give it to the Hardin County Lady Tigers. 10-5, Selma or McNairy right now up with 1:01 left to go in the first quarter. As Riley Strickland dribbles across the timeline. Has it. Goes through the lane, puts up a jumper that just won't fall. Rebound taken down by Green. Pushed it out, and another shot's off, no good. Now outside, a bank shot's up and good by DeBerry as she hits the banker with 34 seconds remaining here in the first period. And it's a 10-8 ball game. Working with it now is Shelton. She gets it outside. And on the left side, in the lane and driving is Wade. Wade shots off, no good. Rebound. Tigers coming up with it is DeBerry. DeBerry across the timeline, down in the corner to Pierce for a wide open three. No. Rebound. DeBerry got her own. Lob under to Green. Green's double team under there. Muscles a shot up. It won't go, but she's going to go to the free throw line to shoot two with 4 seconds remaining. I didn't see who the foul was on, but Green's going to the line to shoot two. First shot is up and good. So she can tie the game here with 4 seconds left. She missed it. And that's it. The clock expires and the first quarter comes to a close. The Tigers will be down 10-9 as we come to the second quarter, and that'll be after this 1 minute timeout. A word from our sponsors. Stay with us. Lady Tigers will have it to start the second period. They trail 10-9. Here's a pass underneath, and going up for the easy layup is Callahan. So Callahan's going to pick up the first 2 points of the second period. The Tigers go on top for the first time tonight. So Bobcats working into the forecourt. They get it over and down in the corner now to Clayton. Here's a long three that off of the left side by Wade, and it's going to be out of bounds. Touched last by the Tigers with 7:27 left to go here in the second. Tigers up 11-10. Inbounds pass and a jumper. It's going to be up and good. That's going to be Taylor for a deuce underneath. And it's 12-11. Bobcats now. DeBerry down in the corner to Strickland on the right side. She's on the dribble. There's a reach-in foul that's going to be called. And it's going to be on Moore. her first. And the Tigers will take it outside court. The barrier. Back to Strickland, who goes on the dribble toward midcourt. Now to the left, back to the right. The barrier, who comes from right to left, stops head of the key. Pass, it's going to be intercepted there and stolen away by Moore. Moore and the Bobcats will come back down the floor now. With it is Shelton. Now on the right side or left side of Ricks. Ricks goes into the lane, passes it off to Taylor. Now over to Shelton. They're trying to penetrate a 2-3 zone. It's a steal by Callahan inside the circle. Out now to DeBerry. Down in the corner. Here's a long three that's off and no good by Miller. And it's going to go all the way out untouched in the corner. With 6:08 left to go in the half, the Tigers trailing by one, 12-11. After a quick spurt in the first quarter, it's been nip and tuck ever since. Back and forth. Now is a pass down in, and an easy layup's going to be performed there by Brooklyn Ricks. She gets a deuce. And now it's 14-11. Bobcats on top. In the lane comes Miller off on the right side of Barrier. Barrier thought she was going to take the three. Instead, she hooked past it over in the corner, trying to connect it with DeBerry, and throws it away. On the miscue, the turnover will give it to the Bobcats. They lead by 3, 5:39 left to go in the second period. Here's a pass off now to Shelton. Now to Moore on the left side. Moore in the paint. There's a pass up, and Callahan gets involved in the play there and takes it to the floor, and a jump ball will be called. It's going to be Bobcat basketball, but Clara Callahan doing a great job muddying up the works there around the free throw line. Give it to Shelton to inbound. She gets it over now to Moore. There's a long three. It's off, no good. All the way on the other side of the floor. It came from the right, went all the way in the corner on the left. The Bobcats get it, work inside. Here's a bank shot that's off and no good. Tigers will recover it. Coming out is Miller. She gets it to Strickland. The Tigers are running. And there will be a whistle, and a foul is going to be called on Lena Taylor. And that's her first, and the Tigers will not be shooting here. It's only the second team foul for either team in this quarter. Tigers get it in, work it around in the corner to DeBerry, back out to Strickland, and she'll try to lob it down to Callahan, stolen away there by Shelton, and Shelton will bring it into the forecourt. She drives down, puts the shot up. It's going to be off, no good, but a whistle. And a foul is going to be on Riley Strickland. That's her first. Team's first in the second. To the line and shooting two is Shelton, and she'll hit 1 out of 2 there. And the Tigers will bring it down, trailing by 4 now with 4:30 left to go here in the first half. They go to Callahan, high post right side, across court, a long three put up and no good by DeBerry. It goes out of bounds. I thought for a minute that Hannah Miller might be able to haul it in, but she ran out of room too. And it will be Bobcat basketball in the backcourt, 4:24 left to go in the second period. Inbounding, or taking the inbounds pass, that is Taylor. She'll drive to find an open player, but she got out in front of the pass, and then it's picked up and good by Shelton. So that was kind of a strange play, as it wasn't intended, and just a loose ball ended up in the hands of Shelton, and she scores. And the Tigers down by 6. Here's a long three. It's off, no good. Tigers can't find the range from 3, and a rebound is going to be taken there by Clayton. That was Miller on the long three. Couldn't get it to go. Bobcats down the floor. They'll work it down on the baseline, and there's a whistle. And I think Callahan is going to pick up another foul there. Yep. That's the second foul on Clara. Tigers being outscored 7-2 in this quarter. Inbound. And bank shots off, no good there by Clayton. Struggle for the rebound. Shaylee Green is on the floor with it, fighting for it, but let's see, they're going to call a hell ball. This will be Tigers' possession with 3:40 left to go in the second period. McNairy County Bobcats on top 17-11 over the Hardin County Lady Tigers. Hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast of Hardin County High School basketball. Pass underneath the Green. Green rocks but can't get a shot off about 3 feet away. They kick it outside. Another three is off and no good. The Tigers can't buy one. Rebound taken down by Taylor. She goes into the forecourt as a hard dribble inside. Goes up for the shot. She hit it, but she's going to be called for traveling prior to the shot, and they're going to wave it off. So here come the Lady Tigers. 3:11 left to go. Second period, they trail by 6. They need a basket here. There's a long three. Too hard. Green with the rebound outside to Pierce down in the corner. Barrier for 3. This isn't going to go either. Rebound saved there by Miller. Out to Barrier. The Tigers are going to get another shot at it. They'll pass inside to Green. Green posting up, down, but just can't get the shot off. Now outside, here's Pierce for 3. Check that. That's Strickland, Riley Strickland for 3. Not her bill of fare normally, but we'll take it. 17-14. We've had such hard luck from everyone else tonight. We'll let Riley take a few of these. Now the Bobcats work it down in the corner on the right side. Loose ball is going to be stolen away. I thought by Barrier, but it's going to be saved in by Moore. And into the three-point circle is Wade and driving, and now there's a driving jumper about 6 feet away. It's going to be up and good by Lena Taylor. And here come the Tigers. Here's a long three on the left side. It's off and no good by Miller. Loose ball picked up. Pierce got it now to Barrier for 3 in the corner. It won't go. Rebound Miller. Tigers getting ample shots at it. Just can't get it to fall. That's the 4th shot that didn't go on this trip down. There's a whistle. And they're calling 3 seconds, I believe. I didn't see a sign, but they're giving the ball over to the Bobcats. And across the timeline comes Moore. 1:30 left to go here in the second period. 19-14. Tigers down by 5. Here's a scramble for the basketball just outside the right part of the perimeter there. And another held ball is going to be called. I don't know what the officials are doing, but I guess they're waiting for a Bobcat to come throw it in. 1:25 left to go in the half. Tigers down by 5. Throwing it in for the Bobcats is Shelton. In there to Moore. Moore on the right side, dribbles in the paint. Throws it off the left side of the lane, and a pass inside, and going up for the quick bank shot is Taylor. Taylor's got 12 in this quarter alone. And it's 21-14. Here's a pass underneath. Green left wide open, missed the layup. Lady Tigers can't even buy a layup right now.
She's been double teamed so much, I think she thought they would be weak.
Surprised she was wide open. So in the corner, they go with it. It's Taylor. Down on the baseline, driving under, and with it, passing it in there inside the lane underneath to Shelton. The ball gets batted away with 40 seconds left in the quarter. 21-14. Tigers trailing by 7. They need a steal here and a bucket. Get a little mo going into the locker room. Inbounds to Lena Taylor. Taylor drives, puts a shot up. Green, I think, got a piece of it. Partially blocked, got the rebound, got it over now to Strickland. Strickland running. Catches Green in the lane. Green is going to go to the ground with the basketball, and they're going to say it's out on her. There were 3 players involved in that. I think Green touched it last. There's a lot of jostling going on there, but I guess no foul detected. 25 seconds left to go in the first half of play. 21-14. Here's a steal by Barrier. Loose ball coming up with it is Miller. Now with 12 seconds underneath, they get it to Strickland. Strickland has it stripped away, and it's going to be Wade now who's coming back. 5 seconds. Will she have it in time? Here's a shot at the buzzer. It's off, no good. And that is the end of the first half of play. And 21-14 is the score. Crazy half of basketball. As the Lady Tigers are just snake bit. It's like there's aluminum or some type of cellophane over the rim.
Well, you're seeing 2 types of games on the offensive end. They're wanting to really pound it inside,
yeah.
And that's where they've done most of their damage. I assume that we came over here with the intentions of trying to shoot 3. They're just kind of lagging off of us, and anytime it goes inside, they collapse, which is making it hard on Callahan and Green inside. Ramsey wouldn't be a bad look in there. She's got size and length, something that McNairy doesn't have inside. But we can't buy a 3. I mean, we've hit a couple, but man, we've missed a ton of them. And if we're going to live and die by the 3, we're dying a slow death. If
we're going to have to tighten up if we're going to live.
I mean, it's like you said. We've got open looks everywhere,
and multiple,
it's not like they're
multiple shots.
They're in our face.
We're really winning the rebounding game, and still can't get it to go.
You just have those nights.
All right, halftime. Lady Tigers trail 21-14. We're going to take a pause here for a word from you-know-who, and we'll be right back as we have Ryan Geyer here to talk with us for halftime entertainment. Back in just a minute.
Welcome back to McNairy Central. I'm Steve Cornell along with Bill Sharp. We're at halftime of the Lady Tigers and the Lady Bobcats, 21-14 to score. And really and truly, I think we should be thankful we're 21-14. We hadn't had quite the production offensively in the first half. Hopefully they'll get that settled in and start hitting some baskets here in the second half of this game. Let's bring in Coach Ryan Geyer of the men. They'll be taking on the Bobcats in the nightcap. But let's go back to Tuesday night first. Ryan, it was just from my perspective of watching the game, it was a strange game to me. It looked like, we were pretty much competitive. We were running even. And then this little kid named Cole comes in, and in about a 3 or 4 minute span scores 15 points. And I'll be daggum if that wasn't pretty much the difference in the ball game.
It definitely was one of them. We had done some, in-depth scouting on them and personnel-wise and how they play and different things like that. And throughout some of the games I've watched, I've not really seen him play very much. So when they put him in, usually we have a pretty good understanding of personnel and different things. And he definitely made us pay the other night, but we'll hopefully be prepared when they roll back around for him. But he definitely made a difference in the game and changed the complex of the game pretty quick. And then, like you said, it was pretty evenly matched. He comes in, does that. We cut the lead in the second quarter, and their speed and physicality and quickness kind of wore us down in the second half. But, they're a really good team and really well coached. So.
Well, we had talked about during the game how we were getting to the basket. Jackson was getting to the basket, and Davis, Tanner. But getting to the basket is one thing. Getting to it with somebody being physical and hand in your face is another thing. And we kind of struggled offensively. Really couldn't get anything going outside, tried inside, and it's like I said, it's a weird game. I don't feel like, even though the score was kind of one-sided there, by the end of it, it didn't feel that way to me, but.
Yeah, I think that, being the first district game, obviously there's kind of that, not really pressure, but just that anxiousness of it being new. And, we've not been in a district with Southside in basketball in a long time. And so a lot of those kids, we talk about it, but until you see it in person, it's a new thing. And, when you go to the state tournament 3 years in a row and be in the state championship game and you build what Coach Fuller's built over there, it kind of folds into what we call the culture of it. And, they're a really good team, and they're definitely going to compete at the top of the district. But I think, seeing that, especially it being the first game too, I don't know if there's a tougher place to play than over there. And that being game one didn't help us out any. But we got that out of the way. They've got to come to us, and hopefully we can adjust and play more our style of game when they come here.
What should we expect tonight? Bobcats and the Tigers are usually pretty competitive matchup. We kind of beat them a couple of times, and then last year they got us in the tournament. They got hot outside and started lighting it up. But what do you think about tonight's game?
They're going to be really well coached by Coach Riley. They have kind of taken on a newer style than I've seen the past few years. They've got some younger guys stepping up into some key roles, brought some starters back, but they're very capable. They played the other night against Lexington, had Lexington down 24-3 at one point in that game. They weren't able to hold on to that, but they're a very capable team. We've played a lot of similar opponents and just talking, watching film and things like that. So it should be a really evenly matched game, and, probably going to come down to who makes some shots tonight and who doesn't. And, hopefully we can shoot it well and play our style of game.
Yeah, hopefully we flush Tuesday night and get ready for this game here and get a win here and then head over to Lexington next Tuesday night. Like I said, like to go 3-3, but if we could go 2-3 on these first 3 road games, that'd be great.
Yeah, anytime you can get a win on the road in district play is huge, so hopefully we'll be able to do that here tonight.
All right, Ryan, appreciate you coming up here. And the Tigers will take on the Bobcats following the Lady Tigers and the Lady Bobcats. 21-14 is the score at halftime. We'll have the second half tip when we return. You're listening to Hardin County Basketball right here on 93.5 FM.
Hardin County Lady Tigers trailing at halftime 21-14 here in the Roundhouse in Selmer, Tennessee. Bill Sharp along with Steve Carnell as we are enjoying our trip to Selmer tonight and looking forward to the Lady Tigers coming back, finding the range and getting back in this game. Although they're only down by 7, you think like it's been a disaster in the first half. Yeah, I think it's just the missed opportunities that we had.
We've had a lot of missed opportunities. We've had some inside as well. We've missed some free throws when we've had that opportunity. They've turned it over a few times. We have too. It's kind of was, a sloppy game in the first half at some points of the game, just trying to feel each other out. But we'll see what the Lady Tigers can do.
Well, it's starting off the right way. The Lady Tigers will have the basketball to begin the third period. And it'll be inbounded from DeBerry to Strickland, and Strickland will dribble across the timeline. We are underway. Strickland on the left side. Quickly to DeBerry, back to Strickland. Now over on the right side to Miller. And a pass is going to go into the backcourt. I think touched last by the Bobcats, and it won't be a backcourt violation. The Tigers will pick it back up, and we'll get it down the floor and underneath down to DeBerry. Now outside of 3, it's going to be up and good by Hannah Miller. Now that's a good start right there. That's her second 3 tonight. She's got 6. And the Tigers cut the lead to 4. Great thing about the three-point shot is comebacks are a lot easier. Across the timeline and working with it is Wade. Now as they work it back, and that's a traveling call.
Yeah, she kind of got out over her skis a little bit and then couldn't reel it back in and took an extra step.
So the Tigers will take it out in the backcourt. And they'll get it down on the baseline. DeBerry drives in, misses a layup, and the Bobcats get the rebound. And here they come down the floor. A bank shot is going to be up and good by Shelton. She picks up a deuce there, which will add to the Bobcat lead. And now the Tigers will bring it down, trailing 23-17. On the left side, the Tigers go to DeBerry. DeBerry lobs it under to Callahan. She stops on the baseline, kicks it right back outside to DeBerry. Now on the right wing, sort of in the corner there, Strickland. She heads toward the lane, stops, back pedals, gets it outside. Here's a three-pointer. It's going to be off the rim, but good as Hannah Miller hit the back rim. It went straight up and it came straight back down in the hoop. The Tigers are getting a little more fortune this quarter. They're down by 3 now, and there's a pressure in the backcourt, and Callahan comes up with a held ball there as she corners Brooklyn Ricks in the corner. And it will be Bobcat basketball. And now they'll be outlet pass down the floor to Taylor. Taylor's pass underneath it. Following quickly behind her is Anna Clayton. Clayton goes in and is going to pick up a deuce herself there. And it's 25-20. So the Tigers come across the timeline. Both teams playing really good defense tonight. To Callahan, to Strickland. A pass in the lane's going to be stolen away. Picked up by Shelton. Shelton is in the forecourt. Stops on the right wing. Is going to dribble inside and then lost the ball. Had to go out and pick it up. And now she's got it back. So here's about a 17-foot fadeaway. It's off no good. Rebound taken down by, I think that's DeBerry. Yeah, DeBerry gets it out now to Strickland. The Tigers running. Have a 4-on-3, but the ball is going to go through the lane. I don't know whether Strickland kicked it or the Bobcats did.
I believe the Bobcats kicked it out of bounds. Come up from behind.
And it will Green checks in. Out comes Strickland. And now Miller is going to inbound it underneath the Tiger bucket on the right side.
What do we do?
And now they call a timeout. I think Coach Kirk got a little panicky there.
Yeah, well,
she was running out of time. She was running out of time. So she calls a quick timeout. 25-20 Bobcats. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Well, the Tigers will try it again now, as the timeout was called to avoid a 5-second call on the baseline. Inbound to Green on the right side, way out beyond three-point territory. She drives down all the way underneath the basket, turns, scramble for the basketball there, and Green ended up laying on it on her back. That's how crazy that one got, and it's going to be a hell ball. Give it to the Tigers on the possession arrow. Green gets the inbounds pass, backpedals out of the circle, gets it over now to Callahan, the barrier. Barrier drives in for about a 5-foot jumper. It won't go, kicks it out in the corner. Here is a shot by DeBerry. It's off, no good for 3. Rebound taken down by Shelton. Shelton, outlet pass now, or in the forecourt to Wade. Wade backs into the lane, picked up by Green there. Has to kick it back outside. 4:23 left to go here in the third period. Driving in the lane and I think just throwing it away. Shelton just pushed it out of bounds, and they say we touched it, but we didn't have anybody there.
Phantom tip.
So out comes Callahan, in comes Pierce. Molly Pierce for the Tigers. Inbound. Now with it is Wade. Wade dribbles on the left hand to the left side of the lane, and a whistle and a foul called.
Hand check.
That's going to be on Molly Pierce.
Had many fouls called in this game, actually.
4:12. There's an inbounds pass to Taylor. Taylor is going to be called for traveling. There's a nifty play. She beat everybody and scored, but she traveled with the basketball. And thank goodness for the Tigers, there had been 2 more to this 5-point lead. 4 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in the third. Tigers down 25-20. Outlet pass to Barrier for 3. Can't find the range. Bobcat rebound, outlet pass down the floor at the Wade. There's a Shelton rather, and now there's a collision underneath the basket, and the foul is going to be on Barrier.
They kind of got us out, man, Bill, inside. They're getting a few offensive rebounds.
As Anna Clayton's on the line shooting 2. First shot's off, no good. Second one's off as well. Neither team burning it up at the net, but the Bobcats get the rebound. Turnaround jumper's up and good by Shelton.
Just outfought us.
And she'll pick up a deuce from about 10 feet away, and it's going to be 27-20 now for the Lady Tigers. DeBerry drives, tries a bank shot off the right side. It will fall off. Picked up there by Ricks. Down the floor they go. Shots up, no good. Rebound, struggle forward. Barrier comes out with the rebound. I believe it was Wade that made the shot, and it didn't go. Barrier got the rebound. The Tigers have it on the offensive end. 3:08 left to go in the third. Down 27-20. Now out at the head of the key is DeBerry, and she is going to be fouled. Second foul on Lena Taylor. And Carissa Moore checks in for the Bobcats. Tigers put Green in. Back in the game. Now to Miller on the right side. They work the perimeter. To Barrier. Barrier for 3. It's off to the quick shot. Didn't go. Miller got the rebound, though. Kick it outside to Pierce for 3. Molly Pierce hits a 3. Finally, it's warming up a little bit from outside that orb with 2:39. Now there's a foul called on Miller. Reaching in on Shelton. That's her first. Bobcats take it in. Driving in the lane, stopping
That's
about
gotta be a
10 feet
walk,
away.
too,
And
yeah.
Bailey Shelton gives an excellent example of traveling with the basketball, as it will be Tiger basketball in the backcourt.
Well, she thought she had somebody to pass it to, and they weren't there. And
That happens to everybody.
Yeah.
It even happened to me once. 2:29 left to go here. The clock running. The Tigers working the perimeter. There's a whistle and a foul inside. Some major banging going on there.
it's on 44, I think, pulled Green down.
They're going to call the foul on Ricks. That'll be her first. And the Tigers take it. Here's a long three up and good by Miller. Hannah Miller hits the second three this quarter. And it's 27-26. The Tigers have drawn within one. Coach Jerry Lott says, I've had enough of this. Let's talk about it. 2:12 left to go in the third period. Hardin County down 27-26. Back in 30 seconds. Left to go here in the third period. Tigers have whittled down this lead. At one time it was 9 points, and now it's just a single digit. Coach Jerry Lott going to try to work his magic on this situation by calling a quick timeout. And Bobcats come out. They get it over to Shelton. Shelton on the high post right side, just outside the circle there, with Clayton over on the right wing. A three-pointer put up from the right wing. It's no good there by Moore. And the rebound's picked up by the Bobcats. They'll pass it around a bit, get it to Hicks, and a drive underneath and a jump. Bank shot inside is going to be up and good by Taylor.
Neely got lost a little bit, and then her girl took her down to the baseline and had a wide open look.
And they're going to call the foul on Barrier. And the three-point play is going to be successful for Lena Taylor. And now it's 29-26. They finally changed the scoreboard. So the Tigers will bring it down by 4 now.
That's right.
They go to Barrier on the left wing. Out to Miller. On the right side to Strickland. Riley gets it back to Miller. Over down to Green. Green down the baseline. Jumper won't go. She thought she was fouled. Didn't get the call. The Bobcats with the rebound. Now they're running down. With it is Shelton. Shelton in the lane.
Nice.
Puts a shot up, blocked by Green. And loose ball on the floor. And there's going to be a quick timeout called. I don't know.
Well, they called it on Green, but she didn't foul her. She didn't even hit her. She just dove and kind of knocked the ball away. He came in from the backside. That's a terrible call.
It was unusual looking. It looked to me like that
backside official.
Jerry Lott had called a timeout at that point, and then one official looked at him. Anyway, the inbound is going to be knocked out of bounds, touched last by, and then another foul called. Is that what? Oh, it's 2 shots. That's what they're saying. Okay,
we got 5 now.
Yeah, that's right. So. So to the line goes Niraja Wade, and she's going to hit 2 out of 2 from the free throw line. And It's just now sinking in. That must have been a lane violation. Caused him to shoot those again. But the Tigers come down with it now, trailing by 6. They pass it inside. It's going to be saved in by Barrier in the corner. Now to Strickland, right side. Pierce underneath, tries to get it under the green. Finally, Pierce will snatch it away and push it out to Strickland, but a whistle and a foul.
Kind of bailed us out right there.
Yeah, I believe that was 23. That was on Wade, her first. Only the third foul on the Bobcats. Tigers have got 5 now. Pierce gets the inbound, drives in, goes up for the shot. Block, but she's fouled.
That's a good drive by Molly. Trying to be aggressive.
Yeah,
and, picked up the foul.
Gives up quite a bit of height inside. And the foul is going to be on Taylor, her second.
I'll tell you what are we at the free throw line?
And then neither team's doing well with it, I can tell you that. And we missed both of them. So 2 shots out. We got the rebound, though. Picked up outside by Barrier. Now into Strickland in the lane. She goes in for the layup and scores. She gets the layup and scores. Nice drive by Riley Strickland. Now there's a full court pressure steal by the Tigers. Driving in for the shot is Pierce. It won't go. Rebound Strickland. She tries to get it off, and it's going to be lost there to Taylor, and Taylor will bring it down for the Bobcats with 15 seconds left in the quarter. Taylor takes a long 3 running. I think she thought there was less time, because there's 12 seconds still left on the clock.
Yeah, Coach Slott
she got
probably didn't want that shot.
Got a little bit early on that one.
But we need to hurry up.
So 7 seconds. Strickland across the timeline. Gets a pick by Green at the right side. Now to Miller for 3. She got it. And the clock expires. It's good as Hannah Miller has scored 15 points, or 9 points in this quarter, has 15 for the game. And the Tigers trail by 1, 32-31. Fourth quarter coming your way right after this 1 minute timeout. Bobcats 32, Tigers 31. Ladies basketball here in the Roundhouse in Selmer, Tennessee. About to start the fourth period. Bobcats have the basketball. They get it in there now to Taylor. Taylor goes to the left side, almost throws it away, saved in by Clayton. Now with it and working it outside is Shelton. On the right side of Wade. Miller almost got a steal. It's saved. Moore will end up with it on the left side. Inside now to Wade. Outside now to Shelton. Shelton stops about the top of the post on the left side. The shot is off and no good there by Moore. A rebound. The ball itself is going to go out of bounds untouched. And the Tigers will have an opportunity to go ahead with either a deuce or a 3 on this trip, and the Tigers gain the lead. Riley Strickland dribbling across the timeline. Gets a pick from Green, high post. Green spins, gets the ball, and goes to Pierce on the left side. Now they're going to call a
That's on Green.
They called Green for a charge foul away from the ball, and that's her third.
Yeah, we need to keep her in the game.
Well, the scoreboard's
really
showing 2, but they've been wrong before.
We'll go with that.
Now, Taylor drives in, goes up for the shot. Green blocks it. That looks good for a freshman.
Yeah, she's been real active in the middle. She's been kind of hard to handle for them.
If she can just get to where she's confident with that shot, she's going to be something. If ball's out of bounds, the Bobcats will have it on the baseline. Out to Taylor. Taylor dribbles to the left side. Goes to the right side now to Shelton. Shelton work her over to the left side. Goes down out of the whistle. And a foul is going to be called, I think, on Strickland. But if there was a foul, it was a very tiny touch foul.
Well, it wasn't a foul. She went straight up, too. She didn't come down or anything.
They just call that on.
Well, they do that all the time. They just assume.
They called it on Green. That's her third.
Yeah, they just assumed that she got her with a block because they blow the whistle so quick on block shots. Just let it play out.
Bailey Shelton hits the first free throw and the second one as well. Right now, the Bobcats shows 9 of 11, but I don't think that's accurate. And we're like 1 of 4. Across the timeline. Barrier underneath the Green. Green spins, has to push it back outside the Barrier. Barrier runs, puts up a 10-foot jumper and hit it. So Barrier gets her 4th point on the night. About 8 to 10 feet away on the left side of the goal. 33-34, or 4 the other way around anyway. Tigers down by 1. Long pass over to Taylor. She almost lost it, regained it. She's just outside the left side of the lane. Out now to Shelton. Gets it over to Moore. Moore picks up the dribble at the circle, goes back to Taylor on the right. 5:52 left to go in the fourth. 34-33. Bobcats up by a point. Taylor now to Wade. Wade drives in the lane, banks a shot that's going to come off the back rim, but a whistle and a foul.
That one's on Green, too, I think.
That's her fourth.
Yeah.
Great.
That was a foul. I was sitting there watching her. She kind of duped her into doing that. She looked like she was going out of the lane, and then as she started driving, she tried to get in front of her real quick, but didn't work out.
Wade to the line, shooting 2, hits the first one. And hits the second one. They've come on the free throw shooting.
How many have they shot tonight?
I'm not going to be accurate with that, but I'm showing 13, but I think it's more than that.
4?
The Tigers bring it down to Green. Green at the free throw line gets it off to Strickland. Strickland to Pierce, back to Strickland on the right. Looking for Green inside. She's got to be careful playing with 4. Barrier guarded by Moore. Gets it over on the right side, and it's going to be stolen away from Pierce. Down the floor they go. 5:07 left to go here in the fourth. The shot's off, no good from the free throw line, and they're going to call Green for traveling on the rebound.
That's a good rebound. She just
went to the ground.
And
feet went out from under.
Yeah, couldn't get the ball off in time.
Just over 5 minutes left in the game. Tigers down 36-33. Inbounds, little jumper is off no good. Follows off no good by Shelton. And the rebound is in the corner once again with Shelton. Outside now to Taylor. Taylor dribbling between her legs outside. 4:44 left in the fourth quarter. Now with it is Wade. Here's a 3-point shot put up by Taylor. No good. Rebound. Miller. Miller over to Strickland. Tigers down by 3. 36-33. 4:29 left to go. Miller left side now to Pierce. Down into Barrier in the corner. Lob under the Green. Green goes in. Kicks it out to Miller for 3. No good. Rebound taken down by Taylor. Taylor running. Drives in the lane. Puts up the shot. Won't go. Barrier with the rebound. 4:04 now. Tigers needing a 3 to tie it up. Pierce on the left side. Gets it over now to Strickland, who wheels around to the right. Now to Barrier, who's on the right wing. She'll try to penetrate the circle. Can't get very far. Picks up the dribble, goes to Pierce in the corner. Molly comes out looking for Green down about 5 feet outside the lane and throws it away. Yeah, just a little out of Shaylee's reach there.
2 turnovers there, kind of back to back. Where's LB at? Is she hurt? She hadn't been in this.
3:36 left to go. Taylor gets the pass into the full court, drives down, working against Green, and they're going to call the 5th foul on Shaylee Green. And she's done for the night.
Man. Well, she got her arm out that time. She'll learn.
Yep, she's got a few years.
I'll tell you what,
Gets
she played
a round of applause from the Tiger faithful here.
She's kept us in this game. She's played a heck of a game. This second half, they haven't been able to do what they did in the first half inside.
To the line goes Taylor, and she's shooting 2. And right now they're killing us at the free throw line.
Well, they're at the line, and we're not. They still don't have 4 fouls. No, they don't even have any fouls in this quarter.
So, 2 free throws.
I mean, it's hard enough to win, but it's hard to win when you get.
Taylor hits them both, and it's 38-33, a 5-point difference now. Pierce on the left side. Callahan low post, kicks it out now. Here's a 3. It's good by Miller. Hannah Miller hits a 3, and it cuts the lead to 2. Drive it down, they get it over to Gray. Gray goes in, lays it up and in, and gets 2 of them back pretty quickly. 40-36, 2:50 now left to go in the game. Pierce on the left side. Guarded there by Taylor. Here's a pass out, and Taylor's going to steal it. Pass and driving, going in for the shot is Taylor. Strickland, the only thing to stop it, she does, but she's going to pick up the foul in the process. And to the line will go Lena Taylor, shoot 2 more. And first shot's up and good. And there's LB, Steve.
Yeah.
D-Berry's back in the game.
I haven't seen her in the 4th.
And second shot's off, no good. And the Tigers get the rebound and get it over now to D-Berry. Now to Strickland. Strickland drives straight down to the baseline on the right side. Kicks it outside. Now here is a 3 by Barrier. Neely Barrier knocks down a 3 there. That helped the Claws. And it's 41-39, a 2-point game. 2:19 left to go here in the 4th and final quarter. Here's a long pass down. They get it over to Clayton. Clayton on the left side drives in the lane, puts up the shots off, no good. Rebound taken down by Strickland. Strickland.
Gotta go.
Double team down there. There's a timeout called just in time by Brandon Kirk to salvage possession of the basketball. With 2:03 remaining, the Tigers trail by 2. We're going to take a pause here. We'll be back in 30 small seconds. .203 remaining. Timeout is concluded, and the Tigers will have the basketball and yet another opportunity to gain the lead here, down by just 1 shot. So Strickland drives, goes under, lays it up, hits it, and she's fouled. Riley Strickland went down the right side of the lane, banked it home, and she's going to be fouled. We're tied at 41. Lambert gets the foul, but Strickland goes for the free throw, missed it, rebound Bobcats. So 41-41, 1:43 remaining. Outside is Shelton, rolls to the left side. Picked up there by Strickland. Now to Clayton. Pass in and a jumper is up and off, no good by Shelton, but she traveled with the basketball. So the Tigers still unable to gain a lead, are tied at 41. This has got to be the charm trip down the floor. 1:28 remaining. Strickland drives in the lane, kicks it outside, throws it right into the hands of Wade. And then a whistle and a foul is going to be called immediately afterward.
Oh, man.
Boy, and they're going to call a foul on Strickland.
Yeah. That's 4 out of the 5 possessions that on that end. We've turned it over.
And that's 3 on Riley. To the line is Wade, and she's going to be shooting 2. First shot, it's good. .76 seconds left in this game. She hit them both. And now it's 43-41. Tigers down by 2. Strickland steps on midcourt at 110. Gets it over to Barrier on the left side. Now to Miller. Miller run into by Shelton, no call. Down to DeBerry in the corner. Now to Miller. Back to DeBerry. Looking to Callahan. She almost lost it, gained control of it. Now we're driving the lane. Stop, kick it outside now to Strickland. 41 seconds and timeout called by the Tigers. 41 and a half seconds remaining in the game. Tigers down 43-41. We'll be back in 1 minute. All right, Needy Barrier will inbound for the Tigers with 41 seconds remaining. Tigers down by 2. It's a pass underneath to Callahan. She scores. Callahan ties the game with 34 seconds remaining. Bobcats coming down the floor now. With it is Shelton. She's dribbling outside, looking for perhaps a last shot. I don't know. Now Shelton has it over to Moore, and now there's a timeout called by Jerry Lott with 20 and a half seconds remaining. And we will take a pause, and we'll be back in 1 minute. So Lena Taylor takes the inbounds pass with 20 seconds remaining. Now going in the lane, Wade gets it over to Moore, who drives, stops down at 10 seconds, about 8 feet away, and then kicks it back outside to Wade. Now there's a whistle and a foul called. A foul called against the Tigers. The Tiger bench is incensed.
A hand check at that. There's no way.
And the foul, I believe, is on Avery Beavis. I'll have to wait and see for sure.
Goodness gracious.
But to the line and shooting, too, is Naraja Wade. First shot is up and good. My counts are unofficial. Right now, I'm showing 21 free throw attempts for the Bobcats and only 4 for the Tigers tonight. Second shot's up and good as well. So there's a quick timeout. Timeout Tigers with 6 seconds remaining. 45-43, Bobcats on top. We're going to take a 30-second pause. We'll be right back. All right, looking down my scorebook, and it's everything but official, but I'm showing that they are 18 of 21 from the free throw line, and the Tigers are 1 of 4.
That's unbelievable to be that
doesn't
different.
Make sense. I don't see that kind of difference in aggression on this floor.
I mean, they've been just as aggressive as we have.
Yeah.
And, it stinks.
So the Tigers will have it. 6 seconds to get it in now. Strickland. Strickland will be in the backcourt. Now they're going to call a foul on the Bobcats in the backcourt. Of course, that's their first foul. So the foul is on Clayton. It's of no consequence. I think they've been told just to go ahead and foul because we don't get to shoot for 3 more fouls. All right, timeout on the floor. Timeout Tigers, I think. We'll take a 30-second pause. We'll come right back. It's 45-43. Tigers trailing the Bobcats. That has to be the quickest commercial break we've ever had.
Well, we didn't want to miss it.
We're down to 3.7 seconds remaining, and sure enough, we would be away when it started again, and the Tigers will take it out with 3.7. I don't know if they're going to foul right here or not, but I would expect them to.
Well, we got to get it in.
Barrier is going to have to inbound it. She's in the backcourt. Everybody else for the Tigers is way down in the paint. There's a pass outside now to Strickland on the right side. There's Miller for 3. It's off to the right. No good. And the game comes to an end with McNairy County winning 45-3.
Wow. Well, I mean,
unbelievable.
What a game and what a comeback by the Lady Tigers after the first half. And they battled hard, but I'm telling you, it's hard to overcome when you shoot 4 free throws or 5 free throws and they shoot 21, 22. And that's kind of hard to overcome.
Well, now you got to also look at the fact that 18 of their points came from the free throw line, and they only won by 2.
Yeah,
so, again, you don't want to think home cooking is the real reason for this, but there certainly is unusual. Of course, road trips are always tough, and it's one of the reasons why they're tough. And the Tigers will get an opportunity to get some revenge here in a couple of weeks when we face them back at Michaela-Willis.
Well, I'm not saying it's home cooking by any means, because these officials come in from different
all
places.
Over the place, yeah.
But you shouldn't have 21, 22 fouls versus 4.
That kind of disparity is not normal. I guess it happens. But
I mean, they had one player that was 8 for 8. She shot double of that we shot.
I know.
As a team. And a lot of hand checking called tonight, which I haven't seen any of that this year. And they've kind of let teams play, but, different officials call it different ways.
I thought maybe my tabulator was wrong, but I just ran the scores from quarter to quarter, and we just didn't go to the line. We had 2 shots in the first, 2 shots in the third, and that's it.
Yeah.
So,
we had.
It's history. 45-43 to final. Tigers take it on the chin, but we'll get to see the Bobcats again over at McCaleb Welch and try to make it a different story. So first game's over. The boys are coming out on the floor. They're ready to get underway with a big game tonight. So be sure to stay with us here on 93.5 FM. Be sure to check us out on WKWXFM.com if all you've got is the internet. And, of course, Slice 93 on YouTube. We are live streaming tonight, so be sure to join us that way if you care to. So, first game done, one more to go. We'll be back after these words from our gracious sponsors. Stay with us. Hey, back here at the Roundhouse in Selmer, Tennessee, Bill Sharp along with Steve Carnell as we're kind of shaking off the dismay over what just transpired here with the Lady Tigers falling 45-43. And given the way we were shooting in the first half, we were lucky to really have been in the game. And they kept us in there, and they weren't scoring from the field or from the three-point line. They were scoring at the free throw line, and it got sneaked up on us.
Yeah, Hannah Miller shot us back in it starting in the third quarter. And then Shaylee Green down low. I mean, she was a difference maker. She was a disruptor down there. In the first half, they really scored a lot of their points in the paint. She's really active, and I was watching her play, and her basketball IQ seems to be pretty high because some of the things that she was doing, the way she was, her help side defense, her switching off of her man, somebody driving, picking her up, cutting them off, making them reroute. I mean, there's not a lot of freshmen that do that, and she really made a difference in the second half. And her fouling out, with 3 minutes or so, that kind of hurt us. But the officiating didn't help us any either, especially on that last call. Why in the world do you make a call like that and put with the game on the line and you put somebody on the free throw line?
You can ask in locker rooms all over the state where officials hang out, and they'll tell you don't do that.
You don't do that, and that happened to us at Central Alabama last year on a play. I mean, you just don't do that. Let them win it on the court. I mean, they were going to set it up, try to hit a three and try to beat us, and then we put them on the free throw line, and that just kind of kills the whole game. And then it's got us up here and other people going, what in the world? We come over here and take one. But, we did enough damage to ourselves, too. We
made enough errors to lose.
Out of
but
6 trips there late. We turned it over 4 times out of 6 trips on our end of the floor. You can't do that. But I tell you what, it was a good game, and it was good to see them battle back, especially after Tuesday night. This team is going to, they're going to win some games in this district. They're going to battle, and it's just good to see them come back in the second half and really get this game back and finally get it tied up on Riley Strickland's layup. And then we had a chance to go up, missed the free throw, but got it tied up. But Bill is always like we take a step forward and 2 back. And it seemed like every time we would get close, they would hit a shot. And you got to give them credit too.
No question about it. Let's look at the scoring real quick. I'll just give you the highlights of it. Lena Taylor for the Bobcats led scoring with 21 points for both teams. That is, of course, unofficial. Niraja Wade had 10. Bailey Shelton had 7. Anna Clayton had 5. And I think Kaylin Gray had 2. For the Lady Tigers, Hannah Miller, who started tonight, ended up with 5 threes, 6 threes for 18 points. Riley Strickland had 7. Neely Barrier had 7. Clara Callahan had 4. Molly Pierce had 3. L.B. DeBerry had 3. And Shaylee Green had 1. And that does it for the Tigers. Lady Tigers fall 45-43. Boys action headed right at you. Both headlights in your eyes. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors. Back in Selmer, Tennessee, Bill Sharp along with Steve Carnell, and we are ready for the second game of the night. And I just had a catastrophic failure on my laptop. And it happens to me just about every time. And the Tigers are being introduced. Jackson Burdine first off the bench and as a starter for the Tigers. And then Lamarion White, J.T. Smith, as the remainder of the Tigers are coming out here. Let me get my. As the Bobcats are being introduced as well, Darian Clark and also Ethan Johnston, Jabari Melton, Jackson Price. All right. Looks like Tanner Davis, who I failed to introduce a moment ago, is going to be jumping center for the Tigers. They as the Bobcats set to go, the tap's going to be controlled there by Jabari Melton. And the Bobcats will control. They'll bring it into the forecourt. Down the floor, and it's Price who has it on the head of the key to Melton. Melton stops right at the circle. In the lane coming through there is Johnston. Back outside now to Clark. Tigers in the man-to-man. And the Bobcats work it in and out of the lane, and Tigers not allowing them a shot thus far at 45 seconds of play. Here's driving in a pumped up a one-hander there by Melton. It's off no good. Rebound Davis. Davis out to Smith, and the Tigers move it into the forecourt for their first offensive possession. There's a lob all the way over now, and Tanner Davis takes a three. It's off no good. White with the rebound, kicks it out now to JT. He'll try the three. No, it's off no good. Rebound Bobcats. They're running. And into the forecourt they come. To the left side now. Jumper for three. It's off no good there by Melton. Rebound Tigers. Out to Davis. Davis in the forecourt. Stops on the right side. Gets it back to Carson Phillips. Now to Jackson Burdine. Inside, and Phillips goes up for the reverse layup, or the backward layup. Lays it up and in, and he scores. So Phillips gets the first two on the night. Foul is going to be on Melton. And on the line for the three-point play is Phillips. Shots off, no good, and the Bobcats get the rebound. So here they come down the floor. With it now is Stone. Here's a long three off the left side. It's off, no good. Fighting for the rebound. Phillips with it. Tries to save it in. It rolls right over the top of Melton. I don't see how it could be out on anyone but him. And indeed, they give the ball to the Tigers in the backcourt. And Hardin County goes back to the action end. On the right side to JT. Long cross-court pass to Jackson. Back to JT. Now White to JT on the right wing. Back to White. Loose ball finally picked up by JT on the floor. Tigers work it. Tanner Davis giving the three, doesn't take it. Cross court pass to White. Smith will kick it in the corner now to White. He drives in the lane, puts up the shot. Just won't go. Rebound taken down there by Price for the Bobcats, and they are running. In the corner for the three. It's up and good by Darian Clark. And the Tigers bring it down. They go to Davis on the left side. Trailing by one now. There's a long pass to Tanner. And a three up and good by JT. He swirls one from dead away. So JT picks up his first three-point shot of the night and point of the night. And the Tigers go up 5-3. Across the timeline comes Stone. Now in the corner. Lobbing underneath and almost stolen there, but coming out with it is Price. Now a whistle and a traveling call is going to be assessed to the Bobcats. I'm not sure if it was Price or not, but it will be Hardin County basketball. 4:21 left to go, first period. The Tigers are up 5-3. To Burdine. Burdine in the corner. Here's JT for three. Just off the back rim. Rebound taken down by Price. Price outlet pass going down for the easy layup. They beat us down, and Jabari Melton got an easy deuce, and we're tied at 5. So, Tanner Davis to Burdine on the right wing. Back to the head of the key. Now to Wyke on the left. Back to Tanner now. Here is a long three. It's off, no good by Davis. Rebound taken down by Bobcats. Stone on the rebound. Now they're back on the action end, working at the head of the key now. It's Melton. There's a lob inside. They're trying to go the reverse layup underneath by Price. He saves it. He didn't get the shot off, but he saved it in anyway. And the Bobcats will back it out toward midcourt. Darian Clark with the basketball. Gets it over to Johnston. In the corner, Clark back, and they're going to lose the ball. It's going to roll out of bounds and touched last by Johnston, who actually rolled out of bounds with it. And the Tigers will have it with 3:04 left to go, first period. Tied at 5.
Different pace of play than Tuesday night, isn't it?
Definite pace change. No pressure at all in the backcourt. Now Smith has it on the right wing to Burdine. He has it tapped away, but saved by JT. JT back to Jackson. In the corner now to Davis. Davis goes all the way under the basket on the baseline. Gets it to JT. Now to Burdine. Burdine picks up a pick at the line, but backs out of the circle. On the right side, Saunders will who's checked in, takes a dive into the lane, and he's going to end up traveling with the basketball. When I say dive, he just kind of darted in there.
Yeah, they caught a lot of walks tonight.
So,
first game anyway.
Price will dribble down, or Price will get it off to Stone, and Stone will dribble down and get it over to Melton. Back to Stone on the left wing. He's guarded there by Saunders. He'll pass out on fight for it on the side court there. It coming out with it is Burdine. He has it stolen back and going back in now for a layup, and scoring is Darian Clark. He got a deuce there, and he picked up a foul in the process. And the foul is going to be on Saunders. And he'll end up with the three-point play there. And it's 8-5 Bobcats. Tigers back down near their end. Jacob Saunders goes off to the right side to Jackson Burdine. Now over to Davis. Davis drives in, slides in. God found himself a spot on the backboard and laid it up and in. So Tanner Davis off to a start here in the first quarter with 1:22 remaining. It's 8-7. Bobcats on top by a point. With it is Stone on the left side, goes to the right side to Price. And here's a steal by Davis. Davis was,
jump ball.
I thought it was an effective, took the ball away, and they called a hell ball.
Yeah, he's the same one.
And he was off to the
hand check at the end of the girls' game.
Tanner had jerked it away and was going off for an easy layup, and they blew the whistle and called it a hell ball. All righty, give it to the Tigers. Chance here to go ahead again. Saunders on the left side. Here's a three. Good by Jackson Burdine. Burdine with his first bucket on the night, and the Tigers go up 10-8. Across the timeline comes Case Stone. On the right side now to Melton. Melton guarded by Phillips. Quick pass down on the baseline. Turnaround jumper is going to be off the glass. No good. Rebound taken down by JT. Smith comes down the floor. Goes to Burdine on the left side. 22 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Tigers up by 2. Burdine backpedals a little bit. Steps right on that blue paw in center court. With 12 seconds, he makes a move. Goes to the right side. Hooks it over to Davis for the long three. In and out. No good. Rebound. Bobcats coming out of it. There is Melton. Melton will put up a long shot at the buzzer. And that's the end of the first period. The Tigers win it 10-8, but we got 3 more, as you know. We'll be back in 1 minute. First quarter score, the Tigers up by a pair here, hoping to add to it here. And go back across the bridge tonight with a W. It's always fun to come to the Roundhouse. Contact, just heard from Anthony Gilchrist, who said he has lots of memories here. And good friends, of course, with Coach Jerry Lott. And the Bobcats have it, start the second period. Working with it in the lanes, Johnston gets it over to Melton. Melton gets a run to the basket, found an opening, and he is going to score big time in the lane there and tie the game at 10. Tigers had no answer for that. Burdine on the right side to Smith. Now to Jackson. Long cross court down to Davis in the corner. To White. Here's Burdine for 3. Yes, sirree.
Was a good
That's
throw.
the kind of thing I love to see. I know it's poetic. But Tigers run up 13-10. Jackson Burdine, his second 3 of the night. Now, Stone to Melton. Head of the key. To Johnston. Johnston guarded by White right there. Forced to come back out of the lane. Backed up. Now there's a whistle and a foul called on White, putting a little bit too much pressure on. But then again, it doesn't take a lot, does it? If you're,
doesn't seem like with
if
this
your
group
jersey
anyway.
is maroon,
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
So, inbound to Stone. That's the first foul on the Tigers in this quarter. They get it down inside, around on the other side. Stone gets it back, stops about 8 or 9 feet away from the basket, squared up for a shot, but then traveled with the basketball. So the floor mistake is going to give it to the Tigers backcourt. White will inbound it to Jackson. Burdine, that is. And here come the Tigers. Leading by 3, 6:30 left to go here in the second period. Burdine drives under. They give him an opening. He goes in for that layup, but it couldn't get it up. But he is going to pick up a foul. The foul is going to be on Darian Clark. That's his first. And it happened prior to the shot.
They're going to say on the floor, too. So you just said that, though, didn't you?
Yeah. Burdine to Davis. Davis drives in, loses it underneath on a power play, which Melton, I think, won. But Phillips comes out with it. And then down the floor goes Johnston with the loose ball. He goes up for the layup. A highly contested layup. It is off no good, but a whistle.
I mean, anything that's contact, they're blowing the whistle. I mean, on both sides. Lord, if these guys would have officiated Tuesday night, we wouldn't have anybody left on either team by the end of the night.
Ethan Johnston on the line shooting 2. First shot's good. Cut the lead now to 2. Second one is good as well. I think the word's out that the Bobcats can shoot free throws, and they're giving them every opportunity. 13-12 now. Tigers up by a point. Phillips goes to Burdine on the left side. Burdine in the circle, kicks it back out to Davis. Davis is on the right side, gives it to Smith, who rotates toward the head of the key. Now Davis for 3 off the right, no good. White with the rebound. Smith gets it and is now driving in, and there's a pass across the lane down in the corner to Davis, and they're going to call a traveling. And I don't know how he didn't have the ball long enough to travel, but they're going to give it to the Bobcats in the backcourt. 5:40 left to go here in the second period. Tigers trailing by 1. Now Clark has it left side, guarded by Burdine. Now over to Melton. Melton finds an opening to the basket, and when he gets in that close and that wide open, that's money in the bank. So Bobcats regain the lead, 14-13, with 5:17 remaining in the first half. Phillips goes to Burdine. Burdine, Phillips inside, one-handed jumper, won't go. Rebound taken down by Clark. Bobcats running it, and that's the pass that's lost it, and Davis is going to pick it up, run it full court, go in for the paint, for the shot, couldn't get it out of his hands, and it's a reach-in foul there by Ethan Johnston is going to put Davis on the line, and he'll be shooting 2 in the act of shooting. So he can regain the lead here and go ahead if he can hit both of them. First shot's good. We're tied at 14, 4:57 left to go here in the second period. Second shot, cleanly in the cotton. And Tigers go up 15-14. Full court pressure being applied. Melton has got a timeout called. Timeout McNairy with 4:48 left to go in the half. Tigers up by 1. We'll be back in 30 seconds. .448 left to go here in the half. Hardin County up 15-14 over McNairy County here from the Roundhouse. Bobcats have it in the backcourt. That's Ryder Plunk, who's in for the Bobcats. Now over to Melton in the forecourt. He'll drive to the lane and kick it in the corner. Then right back to him in the lane. He puts up a 3-foot jumper. And I know that Phillips was involved in that, but the foul is going to be on J.T. Smith. First foul on J.T., but to the line goes Jabari Melton. First shot's off, no good. Melton was 6 points here in the first half.
He's a big kid.
He is a strong inside. Yeah. But the only way we're going to be able to handle him is to kick the ball away from him. Second shot's good. We're tied at 15. We didn't bargain for this.
No.
Two games this tight tonight. So, Burdine has it on the action end for the Tigers. Now to JT.
Nice.
JT give and go to Phillips. He takes it and scores. Carson Phillips gets the feed from Burdine. Burdine gets the assist, and it's 17-15. Johnston has it on the other end. Out to Melton. Melton guarded by Phillips. Finally passes it off. Goes to Stone. Back outside. Now a three-pointer is going to be put up and good by Darian Clark.
We left our feet, and he made us pay. Then he waited.
18-17 now. Bobcats up by one.
Somebody flew right by, and then he stuck it.
Phillips has it at the high post left side. Outside now to Smith. Left corner to Tanner. Tanner drives in. Gets mid-air and look for someone to pass it to, and lo and behold, there was no one.
It's tough in there with Melton, 24. What do you think, Bill? 6'4", 6'5" kid?
He's up there.
Yeah.
We're too far away for me to make that kind of an estimate. But the Tigers have the basketball following that altercation anyway. White gets the inbounds pass all the way back to midcourt almost. Now to JT. JT pivots left, goes right, turnaround jumper in the lane. Just fell off. Rebound, White. Then the ball's knocked away. Plunk gets it. And the Bobcats will control with 3:02 remaining. They're up by a point. With it, Stone. Stone in the corner now and driving. Lost control of it, but dribbled it through the lane was Plunk. Back outside now. And with it is Allen. Driving in and scoring on a right-handed shot on the left side is Darian Clark, and he's got five now. Or, I'm sorry, 11 now. And Tigers go to Burdine, down by 3 now. Burdine, 2:26 left to go in a half. To Lamarion White. Now around to Davis. To Burdine in the corner. Back outside to JT now. 2:13 now. White in the corner, drives. Going to go underneath. Gets it to Phillips. Phillips is wide open. Lays it up and in. Nice play by White. And Phillips gets the shot and the deuce. And Tigers are down by 1 now with 1:57 left to go. Bobcats working it down the floor. Stone on the dribble in the corner. Here's a long three. It's off, no good. Phillips keeps it alive, but Melton is going to get the rebound and kick it back outside now. Now they go to Stone. Stone goes in the lane and going to walk with the basketball. He slid in sort of from left to right and got 2 feet on the floor and just couldn't avoid walking there.
Yeah, I think he came down on JT's ankle too. He's come out. Saunders back in.
I'm glad you're here. I didn't see that. Burdine across the timeline for the Tigers. Down by 1, 1:29 remaining now. There's a foul away. I thought away from the basketball, but no, it's going to be on Stone.
Hand checker. You know, I got tickled in the girls' game and this game too. When you got players every time the whistle's blown on those hand checks and they're all giving that hands up like,
yeah.
I mean, it's on both sides. That's been going on all
1:26. Davis takes it in the lane, goes in for the shot. He missed it, but I sensed there was a foul call on the backside. Foul's going to be on Allen. His first. That's the fourth team foul for the Bobcats. That's some progress. Davis is on the line shooting two, of the first of which is already good. Second one, got them both. So it is now 21-20. Tigers up by a point. 1:16 remaining. Bobcats with the basketball. Will they hold it for one shot? Who knows? Allen has it. Outside now to Melton. Melton picked up by Phillips. Stops at the line on the left side. Kicks it off on the left there to Allen. Now to Stone. Stone head fakes left. Goes right. Burdine right with him. Clark on the left side. Gets it outside, and Johnston has it now on the right wing. Kicks it outside. Melton goes through his hands. Stolen away by White. White goes in for the layup. Blocked by Melton. No call. And the Bobcats recover it. They're back in the forecourt. With it is Clark. Left side now. Driving in the lane. Putting up the shot is Allen. And then a foul called on the rebound.
Boy, White, when he got going, I knew Melton couldn't catch him. He's fast, but he got him from behind.
That's the second foul on White, and Melton's going to the line to shoot two. First shot is good.
JT back in the game now.
JT's checking back in. Out comes Lamarian. But Jabari Melton with one more free throw with 23.8 seconds remaining. We're tied at 21. He missed it. Davis got the rebound, and he's going to be fouled from behind. And we're going to go to the other end of the floor and let Davis shoot two more. Boy, the rhymes are just coming right and left tonight. So it's 21-21 with 22.5 seconds. Twos are wild on that scoreboard. And Davis is on the line. He's going to be shooting two to give the Tigers a 2-point lead if he hits them both. First one is good. And the second one is as well. So Davis is 6 for 6 from the free throw line tonight. Tigers lead is 2. Bobcats across the timeline. Stone lob it in, trying to catch Melton down on the low post, and there's a whistle. And as he went up against
there,
Davis, Davis and Burdine were down there, and it goes out of bounds, touched last by the Tigers. Now the point is 8 seconds remaining here in the half. Inbound to Melton. Outside now to Clark. 5 seconds. Clark's way out there. You better hurry. Getting it out of Johnston. Long shot at the buzzer. It's way high and way off. And the Tigers will take a 2-point, and I might add a scant 2-point lead going into the locker room. 23-21. And we're just going to continue the fun here at the Roundhouse tonight. So stay with us here on K93. Here's a word from our sponsor. We'll be right back after these messages. Don't touch that dial.
Welcome back to McNairy Central High School as the Tigers on top of the Bobcats at halftime, 23-21. Let's bring in Coach Brandon Kirk of the Lady Tigers. And, Coach, go back just a few seconds back to Tuesday night. I don't know that you learn anything from that type game, but I will say this. In the first half, I think we had a look of shock on our face, and they're very aggressive. They're very good. They're very quick. We all know that, defending state champions. But I think in the second half, we came out, and, we play, okay, we've seen it. We know what it's going to be like. Let's just play loose and do some good things, and we did. And I was curious how we were going to come out after that game and respond tonight, and they did respond.
Yeah, the difference between the first half and the second half against Southside was we knew I could prepare them for it all I wanted, but you can't prepare for it till you see it. And we got a young backcourt as it is, and they were shocked and they got rattled. Like the first quarter wasn't even awful, and we got rattled in the second quarter. I think we got beat 18-2 in the second quarter.
Yeah.
And then I told him at halftime, I just want to see how you compete in the third. I ain't even worried about the scoreboard. I just want to see, do you lay down or do you compete? And then, if I ain't mistaken, we won the third quarter by a couple points with still against their starters. And then the fourth quarter was subs. But like you said, we don't lay down. And then after that game, I knew we weren't laying. I knew 100% we wasn't coming out and laying an egg out here. Tough.
It was a tough first half here by both teams. It was like that typical kind of first game. Yes. Both teams a little sloppy, but there was a difference in the two styles of what was going on. They really were working inside in the paint. We had a lot of open looks. We missed a couple of shots in the paint, but had a lot of open looks. And just couldn't knock anything down in the first half, and we were lucky just to be down by 7, really.
Yeah, I think our defense, that's what I tell our girls. I was like, even when we're not shooting it well, we're going to be in games because we will sit down and guard. I think we gave up 6 points in transition in the first half, and that was basically the difference in the first half. And then I told them, I was like, look, we missed a couple of gimmies around the paint. Claire missed one early. Shaylee missed one or two early. And then we couldn't throw it in the ocean from 3, but we were getting – we weren't shooting contested shots. We were shooting open shots. So I told him at half, I was like, I'm not going to keep you in here long. You ain't done nothing bad. You keep doing what you do and get out there and shoot the basketball. And we shot it a little bit better in the second half. We made some shots around the goal. I thought we had tremendous effort as far as I thought Hannah Miller and Shaylee Green gave tremendous – I bet you they gave us extra 10 possessions tonight just off of offensive rebounds and kickouts. Shaylee may have gave us more than that. It was just – We give effort between Claire always does. Molly always does. We give effort, and at least we shot it well in the second half. I do know that.
Yeah, we came out. Hannah got
throws.
Us going with a quick 3 and kind of worked our way back in that game. But it was one of those games where you get close, and then they'd have a couple of baskets, and you get close and have a couple of baskets. But going back to Shaylee Green, man, she was tremendous from my point of view. I'm not a coach. I'm just sitting here watching it.
I think anyone will tell you that she was tremendous.
Her effort inside really changed what they could do in the second half in the paint, and they struggled in the paint. And her switching off defensively and doing those type things, hands up, blocking shots, rebounding, making it tough inside. It was. And, me and Bill keep saying she's a freshman, and she's doing all these things. But it was a great effort by the whole team to get back.
All the way around, it was good. And I just I hate how it ended for our girl.
That's a tough way to end it.
19 free throws to –
Yeah, I think we had about 21, 22 to 5, and then
granted we didn't make free throws and they didn't miss free throws, and that's a big thing in a game. Every game we've got the rest of this year is going to be that close.
Well, the game basically ended on a hand check and putting somebody to the line that was 8 for 8. Yeah, she had more free throws than we had as a team.
That was a girl. I saw a girl playing defense the way she's played defense all year with tremendous effort, and it's a shame that they didn't let the girls play out the game.
Yeah. I agree 100%. But it was it was a good comeback. We got the lead, and we were right there. Just got a bad break at the end. And as we told everybody in the pregame, excluding Southside, it's going to be a pretty competitive night every night when we from here on out.
Yeah, we told him going in, he's like, look, you're on the road at McNairy. It's a tough place to win at. Look, you got to view it as a chance to go in and steal one. And we were right there, and we we had as good a chance as you could really ask for, all the way down to the last buzzer, and we'll be back at it. Weather permitting, we'll be back at it Tuesday.
Yeah, you got some hops down there after that foul, I think.
Sir?
I said, you got some hops, I see. When you was down there after that foul, you got some legs in there.
I'm going to be sore in the morning.
Yeah, I figured you would. All right, we'll take a time out. Appreciate you coming up. We'll talk more with Brandon and Coach Skyer tomorrow on Sports Talk at 9 a.m. And we're at halftime, 23-21, Tigers on top of the Bobcats. We'll be back with a second half tip when we return after this.
Tigers have the basketball to begin the second half of play tonight, leading 23-21. Birdeye double team in the backcourt, and Davis asking for some
where
help.
they saw that.
Get it now. Now to Phillips. Back to Birdeye, and we're underway here. Birdeye splits a double team, goes in for the layup, and just couldn't get it off the glass over to the rim. And a rebound's taken down by the Bobcats. Stone has it now. I think Melton might have had it on the rebound.
They switched Melton on him. He couldn't keep up with it.
Stone down on the other end, stops, spins, puts the ball off the top of the backboard. Struggle for the rebound, tipped around a few times, and finally goes out of bounds into the McNairy cheerleaders. Touched last by the Tigers. In case you just joined us, Lady Tigers fall by 2 tonight. And the Tigers right now up by 2 in the beginning of the third period. Here's a long three-pointer. It's off no good. Birdine with the unobstructed rebound. Gets it down, goes to Smith on the right side. JT's three won't go. Rebound is picked up by Clark, Darian Clark. He'll get it over to Ethan Johnston. Back to Clark in the corner. Now, there's a steal coming up with this Davis. Davis goes in, is going to slam it. It gets hit in mid-air there by Melton and literally sandwiched the basketball.
That's going to be a hell ball.
Between the...
If they don't call a foul.
Between the...
it is going to be their ball, yeah.
They went to slam it, and the ball was... The flight was interrupted by Melton, and he sandwiched it right in between the rim and the backboard, and it stayed there.
Well, Tanner went to the ground, so did Melton. No call on that.
And thank goodness, no injuries.
Yeah.
But the Bobcats have the basketball now. A breakaway layup for no avail. There's Allen with it. Over to Melton. Melton stops at the high post right side. Gets it over. Driving hook shot. Running hook shot by Allen. Going to find a home there. And I think JT is going to get the foul.
Goodness.
Nope, they say it's going to be on. It's going to be on Tanner. That's his first.
Yeah.
Allen goes to the line, missed the free throw, and the follow by Melton's off, no good, and a whistle and a foul is going to be called on number 25. That's Jackson Price. And the Tigers will come down the floor in a brand new ball game. 6:18 left to go in the third period. 23-all. Now pass into Tanner Davis, and Davis has pulled a cramp or something. He comes out.
His left heel.
Jacob Saunders.
I hope it's just a cramp.
Yeah. He's
well, he got bumped pretty hard from behind, and
maybe it's just a frog. Who knows?
Yeah, took one
I'm hoping so. Tigers have the basketball on the inbounds after White checks in and Saunders checks in. Now to Burdine down in the corner for three. In and out. No good. Rebound tapped away, and they're going to give it to the Bobcats. Yeah, and I think primarily because three of the Bobcats pointed in their direction.
Well, it actually went out on
Phillips. And we didn't. Team lesson there, you got a point. Bobcats take it down the floor. Still tied at 23 with 5:55 left to go in the third period. Off on the left side of Johnson. Johnson stops halfway down. Gets it to Clark on the baseline. Back here's a steal. Coming up with a loose ball is White. He gets it out to JT. JT comes in on the left, goes to the head of the key. Gets it over to Burdine, and Burdine will slowly dribble it back outside. Now on the left. Head fake. Give it to JT. JT fakes the three. Instead goes to Burdine on the left. Now to Saunders. Saunders back to Burdine. It's a man-to-man Bobcat affair, too. Burdine drives, gets underneath, finds an opening, and squirts it up between six arms and scores. Nice move by Burdine. He gives the Tigers a 2-point lead. 4:59 left to go in the third. Clark. Now to Melton on the right side. Down low, back to Melton. He drives, gets a high banker off the board. Off no good. Burdine snatches the ball out of the lane, and it comes down the floor, catching
that's going to be off on
White, who was right in underneath, almost underneath, too far under, and he bobbles it out of bounds, and it will be Bobcat basketball.
I think he had some help bobbling it. But
another opportunity squandered. And with 4:30 remaining in the third, the Tigers leading by 2 as they did at half. Driving in, and I think traveling, but the shot is no good there by Johnston. Rebound picked up by Burdine. Burdine down the floor on the left side. Now to JT, head fakes, drives in, gets past Melton and scores. Nice move by JT Smith. He had two players converging on him. He just squirted through and laid it up in behind him and scored. Gave the Tigers a 4-point lead. Bobcats want to talk about it with 4:06 remaining in the third. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. (27-23). Tigers have extended the lead by a little. They need to extend it by a lot. With 4:06 remaining here in the third period. Hope you're enjoying tonight's basketball game. Don't forget that we have the Lexington Tigers at Lexington on Tuesday night, if weather permits. we'll let you know. Clark across the timeline goes to Melton on the left wing. He's guarded there by Phillips. Pass underneath right through the hands of Josh Sane. Out of bounds, and the Tigers will take it over in the backcourt. With 3:45 left in the third. Tigers needing desperately to add to this 4-point lead. You never know when you're going to need it. Burdine drives in, kicks it in the corner. JT for three. Off, no good. Rebound, Melton. To Clark. Down the floor they go with it, and in for an easy layup there was Kylan Allen. He gets the deuce, and the Tigers come back now, leading by 2. Burdine drives in the lane, puts the shot up, won't go, but he's fouled. Foul is going to be on Allen, his second. And Burdine is going to go to the line to shoot 2 in the act of shooting. First shot is good. 3:12 now left on the clock. Tigers up by 3. Burdine can make that 4 with this one, and he missed it. Rebound, Bobcats. I think that was Sane with the rebound. Got it off now to Clark. Clark to Sane on the left wing. Now back to Clark on the right. And with it now is Allen. And then Melton at the head of the key. Here's a long 3 by Clark. It's no good. Rebound, Saunders. Jacob gets it out to JT. JT drives in, splits a double team, goes in for the shot. And they're going to call a charge on that. On all 3 players in the act of moving in that, and JT ends up with a charge. Oh, my. Stone checks in for the Bobcats. Tigers with White and Smith, Phillips, Saunders, and Burdine on the floor. 2:30 left to go now in the third. 28-25 Tigers. Josh Sane dribbles in, loses it. It will be in Phillips' hands for just a second. He bobbled it, and they're saying.
Well, Carson thought he was out on him. He was shaking his head.
I don't know how.
Now they're going to talk about it. Now they're going to give it to them.
Yeah, I was going to say that was.
This guy here.
If you hadn't said anything, they wouldn't.
Well, this guy here let the coach for McNairy influence him.
Yeah, it was definitely out on Phillips. Here's that Melton gets the inbounds pass, puts up a little 6-foot jumper, won't go. Ball comes off the head of White and goes out of bounds.
We got to hang on to the basketball instead of trying to pop it around. Just grab it.
Well, I think Carson. I think Carson had it. He just had an inbounds pass as a jumper. It's no good. A rebound taken down there by Stone. Now around the horn to the right side is Sane. Back now to Stone. Inside to Sane. He goes in and he'll score.
We got lost in on defense.
And they found a gap in our lane defense, and now the Tigers' lead is 1. 28-27. Burdine drives, stops, baseline, banker, no good. Rebound, whistle, and a foul called on, let's see who.
Probably on 15, I think.
It looks Stone is acting like it's on him. Yeah.
He did it. He swatted. I don't know that he really fouled, but that swatting
You know the guilty walk when they've been accused.
Well, used to you had to hold your
hand up. I remember that.
You had to point to yourself. I did it.
1:44 left to go in the third. Tigers up by 1. Inbound pass to Tanner, who's back in the game. Good to see that.
Never understood why they made you hold your hand up.
And now the Tigers take it outside court after an attempt to get it in. It didn't work. Now to JT, to Phillips in the corner. Outside now to White. Marion drives, puts it off the glass. So I thought he was going to put it off the glass. He tried to strip it. He missed it, but he's fouled.
Well, they made up the fouls here in the boys' game.
That's going to be on Darian Clark.
Not a whole lot.
128 left to go right now. So far, there have been 16 fouls called. Marion White to the line, shooting 2. First shot's good. Tigers now up by 2. Marion can make it 3 with this one. Yes, sirree. He's on the board with 2 tonight, and the Tiger lead is 3, 30-27. 1:23 left to go in the third. Right here from the Roundhouse in Selmer, Tennessee. With it now is Allen. To Sane. Now driving and scoring is Melton. Let's see if they'll count the shot.
They did.
Shot's good. He goes to the line. And he can tie the ball game if he hits a.
That's a good move, and he went with his left hand, too.
Foul is on Phillips.
Tough to defend.
Yeah, he hit him. He hit the 3-point play there, and that ties us at 30. A brand new ball game with a minute left to go in the third period. JT, left side now to Tanner. Tanner goes now to White in the corner. He'll dribble back outside. Gets to Phillips outside the head of the key. To Smith. JT in the paint. Goes up against the double team. A whistle and a foul is going to be called. It's going to put JT on the line to shoot 2. Foul is going to be on Allen. Here's second or third, really, rather. Allen has 3 now, and on the line goes JT. First shot off the back rim, won't go. .30, 43 seconds left in the third. Three's wild now, and the second shot is cleanly in the cotton, and it's 31-30. Tigers up by a point with 43 seconds left to go in the third. Now Stone will dribble across the timeline for the Bobcats. Goes to his left, gets it to Melton. Melton going against Phillips on that side. To Sane, tapped right back to Melton. They're still on the left side, driving in and scoring. A quick, nifty move inside is Kylan Allen, and he gives the Bobcats the lead, 32-31, 14 seconds left to go in the third. This is a rehearsal for the end of the fourth. 7 seconds. Burdine drives left to right around the lane. They're going to call.
They called a charge on Burdine.
And Burdine, who ran into a player that was already in motion.
They actually called it on Phillips.
And the foul is going to be on, must have been away from the ball, Steve.
I didn't see it, but that's who they called it on.
Wasn't there. Maybe the screen was moving. Anyway, 32-31, 5 seconds. Bobcats across the timeline. 3, 2. They'll throw one up at the buzzer. Man, that was too close for comfort. Came off the back rim, and the third quarter comes to a close. Hardin County trails 32-31. We got 8 more minutes, y'all. Come back and stay with us. We'll be right back. The Tigers will have the basketball to start the fourth and final quarter of this game. Into Burdine. It's been back and forth all night long. First the Tigers had a lead, then the Bobcats, then back and forth. Burdine gets it underneath the Davis. Davis scores on the left side. So the Tigers just came out of the box and went straight to the glass, and Tanner Davis picks up 2 points to give the Tigers the 1-point lead. Bobcats prowling in the forecourt. Allen on the dribble. To the right side and trying to dribble in is Johnson. He almost lost it. Picked up there by Melton. Melton dribbling on the outside. He almost lost it and picked it back up. Now Sane comes out to help. They're all just outside on the right, now around the left. Driving in, going in for the score is Johnston. And he'll be credited with a 2 underneath. A lot of hanky-panky going under there, but he'll get the 2. No foul call. Davis now on the high post left side. Gives it to Burdine. Burdine tries to duck into the lane right at the free throw line. And a whistle and a foul. It's going to be called on Kay Stone, which is not a shooting foul, and is only the Bobcats' first foul of the quarter. So it's side court. Davis to Burdine. Tigers with Phillips and Burdine and Davis. Also JT. JT comes through the lane, kicks it back outside to Burdine on the left wing. Burdine guarded by Sane. They're going one-on-one hot and heavy. Burdine goes in, takes it to the glass, missed the shot. But a foul is going to be called on Sane. Tigers will take it out, and that's the second foul for the Bobcats. Burdine, quick over to Phillips. Phillips rides in, takes it off the glass and scores. Burdine got it to Phillips. Phillips took it up, scored, and the Tiger lead now is 1. 35-34, 6:15 remaining. With it, Stone. On the right side now to Melton. Melton acts like he wants to take a 3 and then no. Now to Allen. Driving around and going in for the shot is Johnston. It fell just off the lip of the rim. Phillips with the rebound, got it to JT. JT drives down, goes right up against Melton, scores, and he's fouled. What guts it took for JT, who's at least 10 inches shorter than Melton, went right at him, managed to score and also draw the foul. He'll go to the line for the 3-point play, and yes, sir, he got it. Tigers up by 4 now. Melton picks up his second foul. Across the timeline. Bobcats go to Melton in the lane. Carried it like a football for a moment, took a couple of steps and laid it off the glass. It's up and good, and there's an immediate timeout called by Stacy Riley, the head coach for the Bobcats. And with timeout on the floor, the Tigers lead 38-36, back in 30 seconds. Tigers will have it out backcourt with 5:31 left in this here game. Leading by 2, 38-36. And Burdine brings it down. The whistle and a foul called reaching, and I believe this is going to be on, it's going to be on Allen. That's his 4th. So he'll be having to use a little caution here. Davis inbounds to Burdine. Burdine goes from the left all the way around. It's going to be called for traveling as he runs right into Melton. lowered his shoulder, and it looked a little bit like a linebacker drill there. And they are Tigers up by 2. Stone brings it into forecourt, gets it over to Melton on the left wing, guarded by Davis. Underneath, turnaround, jumper, it's off and no good by Johnston. Rebound, Phillips over to Smith. JT dribbles into forecourt to Burdine. Burdine wanting to make one of his patented moves to the glass. Now I thought it might have been a timeout as they pass it underneath to Phillips. Phillips gets the easy layup inside. Carson Phillips got I don't think a pass that was intended for him. He just took it and laid it up and in. And it's 40-36 now. Here's a three-pointer. It's going to be good. Put up by Ethan Johnston. He hits the three. And it's 40-39. The Tigers up by a single point. White to Burdine. Burdine tries to dart to the glass. Can't go. Goes behind the basket. Gets it over to JT. Back to White. White over to Phillips in the corner right side. Davis drives. Gives it to White in the corner for 3. Rattled. Won't go. Rebound Davis. Goes in. Going to put the shot up. It's going to be stolen away from him by Sane. Picked up by White. White's going up for the shot, and a whistle and a foul is going to stop the clock with 3:54 remaining in the game.
Boy, Tanner, he's looking at the official. I don't blame him. He just got hammered.
There was no question. There was a lot of contact going on under there. White is on the line. He's shooting 2. Can extend the Tiger lead. First one's good. So, Lamarion White.
Was that the first 3 of this half?
That I've seen, that I've seen. White misses the second. Rebound is taken down by Sane. Out now to Stone. Back to Sane. To Melton. Top of the key. Working against JT.
Yeah, they got a
now,
mismatch
Stone takes the 3 off the right side. Case Stone gets that second 3 you were looking for. And it's 42-41 Bobcats now. 3:29. Burdine drives, scores. Was he shooting?
Yeah, they're going to get him on the floor.
It was a foul call, probably on the floor. No, they said good. And the foul is going to be it's on Allen. That's his 5th.
Yeah. We got 5 fouls. They have 0.
He's done.
Quarter.
Hold it. The officials are already handed the ball to Burdine without taking the player Allen off the floor, who has 5 fouls.
They're going to let him sit there and wait a minute till they make him.
And waiting with 3:28 left on the clock and a tiny 1-point lead, 43-42. Burdine can put the Tigers in business. I thought they counted the basket.
Wait a minute. They counted the
basket?
They
counted the basket, so you only get 1. These guys are getting tired or something.
He made the basket.
The basket, what he said, good when he came home. Now the officials are going to figure out what to do now because he's missed the one and was going for the second one. Did they give it to the Bobcats, or is it a hell ball, or what? They're going to give him one more. No, they're going to give the ball to the Bobcats.
I mean,
there's some loose noodles down there right now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's.
And I know that Coach Guy is not at all happy with this situation.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a proper call or
I don't
not,
either.
because they screwed it up.
Sane goes over to Stone.
But anyway.
And Stone gets it back on the offensive end. Trailing by 1. The Bobcats give it now to Melton. To Sane on the left side. Back out. Here's a long three-pointer up and good by Darian Clark. And threes have come to the defense of the Bobcats. And there's a drive inside over to Phillips. Phillips missed a shot, got the follow, missed it too. Rebound Bobcats. 2:51 remaining. Bobcats up by 2, 45-43. Stone across the timeline. Picked up by JT. Over to Sain on the right side. Now as Davis goes in, tries to wrap around Melton, who received the pass, and an immediate whistle called, and the foul is going to be on Tanner.
I mean,
that's his second.
That was a touch foul. He didn't even feel it, and you don't have to call everything.
There's timeout on the floor. Timeout, Hardin County. Tigers down by 2. 2:40 left to go in the game. Back in 30 seconds. (45-43). McNairy County Bobcats 2 points up on the Hardin County Tigers with 2:40 remaining in the game. Bobcats have the basketball, and Stone will get it over to Sain on the right side as they attack the offensive end. Sain dips into the circle and dips right back out. He's on the left now. Over to Melton. Melton looking for a pathway to the basket. Scoots across the lane, left to right, gets it out. Here's a three-pointer put up and off, no good by Stone. Rebound, Davis. He has it stripped away by Sain. They go to the floor. Finally,
he's grabbing him.
Finally coming up with it is White, but what was the call? A timeout?
We called
timeout by Geyer. Save the ball for the Tigers. 2:11 remaining. We got a 30-second timeout. We'll come right back. Tigers down by 2. .2:11 left to go in this ball game, and Carson Phillips will inbound it for the Tigers, trailing by 2. I mean, it's desperate. We got to have at least 2 points just to stay in the game here. And all the Bobcats have to do is play defense. Tigers bring it down. They get it. And over to Davis. Now back driving and trying to put up a shot. There's White. It is batted away there, or lost control or something, and it's going to be picked up on the floor by Melton. He gets it over to Allen. Now on the Sain to Melton. Melton 3-point distance away on the right side. Gets it underneath. Quick release by Johnston with a jumper that's off, no good. But a whistle and a foul is going to put him on the line.
They're making us work, too. They're running all those cuts. The
basket. It's going to be on fouls on White. That's his third. Yeah. And to the line goes Johnston to shoot 2. First shot is finally good. You know, one of those that hits and rambles around, lays, and then finally falls in. Second one's off, no good. Rebound, Melton. He goes up for the shot, scores, and he's fouled. You couldn't think of a worse scenario than what just happened.
Well, somebody's got to box him out.
And Melton scores, goes to the line for the 3-point play. Foul is going to be called on. I'll have to check that out. Melton hits the free throw, though. They call the foul on Davis. And that's 3 on him. Here's a three-pointer off the left side by Davis. He scores. Davis puts a three up on the left from the left wing. He'll pick up the three. It's 49-46 now. Tigers down by 3. Timeout on the floor. 1:21 left to go in the game. We'll take a 30-second pause. We'll come right back. On the preceding play, the Tigers got the ball down the floor very, very quickly, and Davis got an opening, just a brief opening, gunned it up from, I'd say, somewhere around 23, 24 feet, and nailed it. And it's 49-46. With the Bobcats in the backcourt, leading by 3, with 1:21 remaining. It's almost a steal by Davis. Melton ends up with the loose ball. Gets it over now to Johnston. Johnston in the forecourt, probably waiting for us to foul. They go now in a pass in the lane. Melton is up, and he'll lay it right up and in wide open. He got open inside. Burdine comes down the floor. He's quickly going to bank one up. It's no good. Rebound saved by Saunders. Coming out is Melton, and Melton is going to square up on Davis and knock him flat. There's a foul call on Melton. That's his third. I saw him as third. They're saying his second, but
I like yours better.
I'm going to go with mine. But Davis, rather, on the line shooting 2. First shot's good. Tanner Davis got an unusual free throw style. He just kind of rolls it around a little bit, and then he just pops it up really quick. First one was good, but he missed the second one. Rebound, Sane. 51-47, 4 points now. Across the timeline, Stone gets it over to Clark. The left side now to Johnston. Down to Sane in the corner. Clark back now to Melton. They're playing now. Davis is going to go out and hand check Clark and put him on the line to shoot 2.
Well, we were trying to foul right here. We had 2 people just knocking the fool out of him. They won't call a foul. When they know we're trying to foul.
35 seconds, and that is 3 on Tanner. And there's an immediate foul on the inbounds play as White is going to pick up his 4th. And that is the 6th team foul, or the 5th team foul. So everybody's in the 2-shot penalty now. First shot by Stone is off, no good. There is a little hope in the Tiger heart. Down by 4, 31 seconds. The second shot, however, did find a home. Now it's 52-47. Tigers get it down to White underneath the Phillips. Phillips goes in. They're going to call White for a charge. Is that what I saw? Oh, my. That's that. They're going to have to wait. White's just fouled out. And I don't think they know that. And Bobcats take it out. And there will immediately be a foul call with 21.3 seconds remaining. Into the game comes Saunders for the Tigers to replace White. 21.3 seconds remaining. Tigers down by 5. Not over, but if Melton hits both of these, we are in trouble. First one's good.
Got pretty good touch for a big man.
Yep. we'll have to have a game plan all its own for him when he comes down to our place. Seconds off, no good. Phillips had the rebound, lost it, and it's going to be saved into Sane. Sane lost it off the end of his fingers, out of bounds, with 17 seconds remaining. There's timeout on the floor. Timeout, Bobcats, 53-47. We'll try a 1 minute timeout here, and we'll be right back. Jackson Burdine will inbound it for the Tigers. Might be the last time for the night as he goes to Davis. Davis back to Burdine. He'll lose it. That pass was behind him and is stolen away by Clark. Clark will back away. 9 seconds. Tigers are going to foul with 7.2 seconds remaining.
Oh, wow.
But you can stick a fork in their chances of pulling out a W here.
They were just willing to just dribble it out. But fourth quarter's been a killer.
Yeah, 21-16, 22-16 now.
Well, you know, the difference is they hit, what, three or four?
Yeah, they hit a bunch of threes, and we only hit one.
Yeah.
So 4 seconds. Burdine at the horn. It's off, no good. And that is the end of game. 55-47. The final score as the Tigers come across the river and take a whipping tonight. The Lady Tigers lose by 2, 45-43 earlier tonight. And we'll live to get back on the hardwood tomorrow and then come back out on Tuesday and play Lexington at Lexington. And all we have to worry about in that case is the weather.
Yeah, well, it's going to be cold. I know that. I hope it ain't outdoors. We're in trouble. But if we do go over to Lexington, it's going to be another tough place to go play, and that'll be our third game on the road to start the district. Then we'll be home for 5.
Yeah.
After that, and but a tough night for both the Lady Tigers and the Tigers. And Lady Tigers really got the short end of the stick on that final call that put them on the free throw line. The 2 free throws actually won the game for them, and you know that's a terrible way to have to lose one, but you know it happened. And this game here, we just couldn't get anything going offensively. In the second half, I think we had 1 3 in the whole second half, and 24 was the difference. Melton inside. They tried to get it inside to Carson, and when they did, or when they tried to dribble, drive, and penetrate it, you know, him and Sane inside, they had the height advantage, and Melton was real active, and then they hit 3 bombs in a row after being quiet too.
Yeah.
In the second half, and that really is a difference in the game.
Yeah, that last quarter was 23-16, and you know they were within 2 points, 1 point at the end of the third period, and lost it all in that fourth when they managed to put together a trio of threes that pretty well doomed us to failure. Yeah. Looking at the scoring, Melton had 19, Darian Clark had 16. Ethan Johnston had 8. Kay Stone had 4. Josh Sane had 2. For the Tigers, leading scorer was Tanner Davis with 14. Carson Phillips had 10. Jackson Burdine had 11. J.T. Smith had 9. Balanced scoring across the board. They kept us alive up until the fourth quarter. And then Lamarion White had 3. And ladies and gentlemen, that's about it. So the final score is the Tigers lose by a score of 55-47, and Lady Tigers lose by 2 earlier in the evening. Tigers go to 11-8, and I don't have the Lady Tigers record in front of me, so we'll have to put that out as soon as possible. But don't forget Tuesday night. Don't forget Sports Talk in the morning.
Yeah, Sports Talk in the
Don't
morning.
want to miss that.
We'll talk.
Heaven forbid you miss
Yeah, we'll talk to both of the coaches about their thoughts on tonight's game and get you ready for next week. And a lot more to talk about, too.
Sounds like a keeper, so I don't know about you, Steve, but I'm ready to go back across the river.
Too.
And we'll talk to you guys on the air here pretty soon. If you can make it to the games, please come. But if not, we're always here for you. So for Steve Carnell and my good buddy Steve Smith, this is Bill Sharp saying, good night, Tiger fans.